So, of course, we're expected to be bleeding goddamn hearts for Israel because they were fucking attacked. Fuck Israel. Yeah, between Israel and Hamas, I'm certainly on Israel's side. But when we got Utah news saying shit like, oh, we have many people in Utah have friends over in Israel. Fuck you, and fuck your family in Israel too, you pieces of shit. What the fuck about Americans? In America, on American fucking streets. You fucking pieces of shit. What does this teach us? Well, first of all, it teaches us that Utah is full of trashy human beings. You won't listen to the fucking homeless, but you'll abuse the living fuck out of them. Now you get to hear from every single person that I went to for help here in this town. How they blew me off and played it off like it was no big fucking thing. Why? Because talking over me is the way that women fucking help. It's not help, you stupid cunt. Every single woman in America should be locked up to prevent her from harming men. To prevent her from manipulating men into killing each other. Women should not be allowed in public. Now, before you get angry at me for saying that, did you get angry at the women who wanted to say that about men? Men don't go running around hurting each other for no reason. This is something we teach women to do, not men. We teach boys from day one that we're supposed to protect women and children. We teach women from day one how to take advantage of men and children. We got a lot of women complaining that they can't get a traditional man. A traditional man doesn't fucking want you. Because you're not a traditional woman. A traditional woman is expected to have one attribute. One. Loyalty. That's it. That's what the Bible demands. That's what the holy union of matrimony was supposed to be. Loyalty to one another. Feminists, well, there ain't no such thing. There's man-haters and people who don't care. That's it. You get to hear how many of these women in this town want to, well, both men and women, want to retaliate when somebody of the opposite gender says no. Sometimes it's no, you can't touch my balls. Sometimes it's no, I'm not going to drop everything for you every time you want something. Between Israelis in Israel and Americans on the streets here in America, y'all showed what useless goddamn pieces of shit you are. I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm anti-asshole. If you're going to have a different set of rules for you than you have for me, then you're exactly the kind of asshole I'm against. If you want to be one of those sexist idiots who pretends that girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice, you're a fucking idiot. If you're one of those guys or gals who wants to use alcohol as an excuse for harm, oh, he probably just drunk. That doesn't make it okay, you piece of shit. When you want to get angry at me because the predator that I told on is your friend, fuck you, that makes you an accomplice now, bitch. Maybe you should have thought about that before you decided to retaliate against somebody for telling the truth. Before you decided to bully a victim of abuse because they told on your friend. Well, maybe your friend should have kept his nasty cock beaters to himself. Maybe your friend shouldn't have spread lies and slander. Some of y'all got some real shitty friends. And as a result, you are real shitty friends. I believe in loyalty above all else except honor. In a marriage, the only person you are expected to honor is your husband. And the only person that a man is expected to honor is his wife. But if your wife is not honorable, she's not a wife. If she's going to harm you every time that she has anxiety, she's not worth keeping. All she's going to do is continue to harm you for the rest of the time that you're together over every fucking insecure goddamn thought that she has. Oh my God, what if he cheats on me? Well, you're going to treat him like shit until he does. Most of the women that I know have failed marriages specifically because they destined it to fail from the very start. They played fairy tale girlfriend until they got him snagged and hooked. And then once he was married, well, then she wants to live the Princess Polly Lala bullshit. Chris Stafford just drove by. I wonder if he wants. He didn't stop and say hello. At least he's learning. You might want to check the internet after you do something fucked up around me. Do you know why? Because you might have been recorded doing so. And it's your own dumbass fault for doing illegal shit around me. Because I told all you dumbasses that I record. When it comes to human beings and human lives, I don't fuck around with that either. I don't want people getting killed in Israel. I don't want people killed in the United States. But of the two, well, I'd much rather hear about someone dying in Israel than see one of my friends dead here. I would much rather hear about people dying in Israel than see the corpses of my loved ones here. Literally everything is more important than broke people in the United States. Foreign people are more important. Mexicans are more important. Jewish are more important. Oh wait, it's not Jewish who are more important, is it? It's Israelis who are more important. Israelis are more important to the media. Therefore, they're more important to all of the rest of you than American citizens. You are willing to send billions a year to Israel, and you're willing to spend billions a year to have innocent homeless people incarcerated. You can house a homeless person for about $12,000 a year. How much does it cost to incarcerate a homeless person? On average, $130,000 to $150,000. Now, why is it that they have $20,000 of leeway in that? $20,000. $20,000 average leeway. The fact still remains that that's at least 10 times what it would cost to house one of us for a year, if not more. At least 10 times as much. Do you really think this is okay? We will spend $120,000 a year to punish someone for being poor. How dare they be poor in the United States? You sick shits, how dare you be poor? We live in a capitalist nation. If you're poor, you might as well be a Satan worshiper. You might as well be a baby raper because you're poor in the United States. Elsewhere in the world, they talk about how every American is rich, but they don't stop to look at the expenses. And if you're poor, you're still expected to pay that. This country is I live in a disgusting country. And you see on the front cover of this, that's another dead Russian. There's a lot of pictures of dead Russians. A lot of them. And I didn't post up the gory ones, you're welcome. I didn't post up the real nasty ones with chunks of meat and entrails. Pieces of shattered bones sticking out. All pink and nasty. Well, all that pinkness dries up, it's almost black. See, not all of the videos that we see or that are posted up, not all of them are for sheltered white girls in America. You don't want to see it, but you'll egg it on. You'll talk about how wrong it is to do anything from a distance, but once you've been a part of it, oh, you will scream for dear life. The things that you tell other people they should just ignore and look the other way. That's not what you do, is it? A lot of people gave me advice about my situation, or their assumption of my situation without listening. And then they wanted to act like idiots. Fight like mules and act like children when they didn't get exactly what they wanted, right when they fucking wanted it from me. After telling me I have to be patient. All these people who ended up on the internet made empty promises before they ended up on the internet. They ended up on the internet because they didn't fulfill their promises. They helped child molesters and rapists to get away. No, you are not fucking forgiven, you pieces of shit. They did a lot better job in 2001, didn't they? 9/11 was really a piece of art. The fact that so few terrorists were involved and killed so many Americans. And all that country music singing about I'm gonna whoop your ass like it's the 4th of July or some shit like that. Yeah, look what happened. After 20 years of occupation, we weren't gonna be able to keep it. Of course, I said that from the start. All of America wanted to be up in arms in an anti-Muslim frenzy, saying we should just nuke all of them. When I say you're all pieces of shit, I'm not talking about Israelis. I'm not talking about Palestinians. I'm talking about my fellow countrymen ignoring problems here in the United States, helping predators to get away. If it's not happening to you, then it didn't happen. Or there's the pictures, or it didn't happen, but then you refuse to look at the pictures. Jesus fucking Christ. There are no good people in this country. I'm the only one. There's a lot of nice people. And you know what I say about nice people? Used car salesmen are nice. Obviously, not every person who's nice is a used car salesman. Oh, more garbage. We'll throw it away because we're nice people. Oh, I guess not. I was going to throw it away, but I don't see a garbage can over there. The United States needs to spend less of its money harming its own citizens and more money actually helping us. We've got over 60 mandated reporters in this town that I've had to go to just in the mental health field. Maybe we should focus on our own people before we go and telling other people how to live. Maybe we should listen to our own people before telling other people who they need to listen to. So you said to come over earlier, but I didn't see you here.
Huh?
I said, I know you said to come by earlier, but I didn't see you over here. But I didn't expect you to be like literally parked right here.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were still over in the little park area next door.
No, the people have been throwing a tizzy fit about me being over there and other people being over there. And mainly the other people, they don't really bother me, but if there's somebody else in there, they do. Are you the sheriff now?
Oh, you like my badge?
Yeah.
It's pink. I got a pink badge.
You got an extra cigarette?
I don't. I just ran around and picked up a shit ton of snipes.
Can I get a sniper?
You may, although they're all holy, like the Jesus. So you might want to grab one of my rolling papers while you're at it, unless you have some of your own.
I got rolling papers.
All right, grassy ass moose
What
cockhole.
did you say about Jesus?
Jesus Herbert Walker Christ? Well, we talking about the second coming now, son. Did I say that
why
proper?
everybody's been on that lately. I thought Christianity was dying, and all of a sudden it's ramping back up.
It is?
Yeah, apparently. I've been talking to a lot of people about it lately.
I don't see it ramping back up. I see people running like a motherfucker.
Well, they want to talk about it. You know, they may believe it or not, but
they do certainly want to talk about it. See, that's the thing I noticed about most
Christians. Christ again, bro. Like in this country, like we're almost going back in time or something. It's weird.
Well, we're all time travelers. We're just all traveling in the same direction, forward.
People are more interested because the ancestors are coming back. I believe things are a lot different than most people.
Maybe Disney cartoons will come back to life and not haunt us.
Oh, great.
Although I'm sick and tired of fucking Disney princesses. Not fucking them. I don't have sex, but I'm tired of dealing with them. Because she's never a real Disney princess, is she? Do you love me?
Where'd you get these ones at? Looks like somebody stomped all over them.
They probably did. I just had a crosswalk.
All these up on the crosswalk?
Yeah.
They don't look like they're too dirty, huh?
They're not. If you notice, none of them got rained on.
Maybe a little dusty, right?
Like your mom's box. She's got cobwebs. God, I love Drop Dead Fred. That was one of the greatest movies ever.
Oh, it's not that old yet. Was the first one? She's not that old yet.
I was just trying to make references to 80s movies. I keep forgetting you're such a young pup. It's because you're bigger than me.
I don't know. I look pretty young for my age.
I was only going to guess you at like 63 or so.
I sure hope I look like this at 63.
Right? I'd say let's hope I still look like this at 63, but I don't want to make it to 63. That's 20 whole years yet. I'm not even 43 yet. Oh, yes. Is that one of the ones with the moving jaw?
That Maui fire was fucked up. Huh?
I tried to get one of those. They had one of those over at Goodwill for like $8, and I was gonna get it, but the jaw on it was broken.
Yeah, that's kind of good one.
It's fucking badass. Yeah. All Skeletor and shit. Matt?
Huh?
Matt put it on?
Yes. Yeah. All the tweakers are trying to buy it for me. And she's like, "I'll fuck you for that." I'm like, no.
Ew.
I told her no, I'm good. Yeah.
What's that thing that Eddie says? I'm trying to remember the whole
Hey,
Megadeth.
that looks scarier on you than it does on me.
Hello, me. It's me again. It's nice talking to myself.
You like that Megadeth song? Hello, it's me again.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, the one that they had at Goodwill was not as nice as that one. I'm on the bed's probably sitting in their garbage can unless it's been dumped already. That one's empty. Those are still good. So I'd still roll me a cigarette. Hell yeah, thanks for not smoking all of them.
Dude, my first impression of Hawaiians, bro, I just met some dudes from Hawaii. Obviously, they migrated over here because of the fires and everything that's going on over there. That's motherfucking taunts, dude.
My first impression of Hawaiians was, oh my god, these guys are chill as fuck. But my first interaction with Hawaiians,
Yeah, they seemed like they were chill, but they straight up came out and said that, "Oh, these people over here, nothing compared to us." Like, are you fucking joking right now, bro? Are you kidding me right now? You're gonna judge like that?
Well, of course they would.
I would never go to Hawaii and judge like that, bro.
I would. If I went to Hawaii and they were assholes to me, I'd say, hey, they're assholes.
They come on over here and being assholes.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like being told they're assholes. Being told you're an asshole means the person who called you an asshole is an asshole. That's kind of how narcissism works.
Yeah,
And superiority.
These guys thought that they were the shit. I'm like, well, why is your state a shithole then? That's what I asked them.
Their state is a shithole because we took it all from them. They used to have a queen in charge of that place. And a whole bunch of businessmen went in there with guns.
Dude, it was a disaster before the fires. Their government's a disaster over there.
It's
They're
the United
strict as
States
fuck and
government.
expensive as fuck, dude. Everything's illegal and everything's expensive.
And the
as fuck.
Hawaiians don't own a goddamn thing.
Yeah, and they're so much better and more spiritual. That's what they told me. I'm like, your spirituality fucks your state. Obviously, their government.
It wasn't
is fucking you guys.
spirituality that did that. I mean, shit. Take a
The
look at the
spirit
Bible
has everything
Belt.
to do with who gets placed in the
The
government.
Bible Belt. Take a look at the Bible Belt.
The spirituality
That's
of the
also-
Portland metro area is
That's
what's-
also Tornado
is
Alley.
what fucked Oregon.
God doesn't like spirituality. He certainly doesn't like Christians.
Everything is spirit, though. It's obviously not physical.
Oh,
I would
trying
actually
to
be
bust
treated
a
like
nut.
who I am if it was physical.
Who you are or who you perceive yourself to be.
That's not physical. Because you are who you are, physically. Spiritually, you are who you perceive yourself as. What your spirit tells you are.
Well,
Man
that
thinks
sounds
he's
like
a woman. He's still not a woman physically, but he may be a man, a woman spiritually. So he thinks that because in his spirit he's probably a woman.
And when I have to give a description
And
of the
his body
police,
has
I'm not
to
going to
explain
give the spiritual description of a dude.
Yeah, you can't explain that otherwise.
See, if a man in a dress comes up,
Honestly thinks he's a woman. He's probably a woman spiritually.
now if he shows up
Probably a woman.
and he commits a crime against me, he is not spiritually a woman. I'm going to tell the cops that a man in a dress just showed up and assaulted me. All right? That's what I'm going to tell them because that's the description that they're going to go looking for. If I start talking about a spiritual woman that they need to go find, they're going to look at me like I'm on fucking peyote.
Exactly, but how do you explain how a man thinks he's a woman unless it's spiritual?
Well, I'm not going to explain what he thinks. I'm going to explain what physically he is.
Physically, it's
Physically, he's wearing a red dress with white polka dots. Physically, he has about a 4-inch beard with a little bit of gray on one side. Physically, he's bald on top. All right? But spiritually, he's a beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed transvestite.
No, you woman.
Spiritually, he's actually a woman. So you're looking for a woman in a polka dot dress with a beard and a bald head.
Yeah, government applications now in the shelters, bro. I went down to Lincoln City. And like, what do you identify as? I'm like, are you guys kidding me right now? What do I look like? Oh, we have to ask you what you identify. Like,
I identify as a go-gurt fart.
it starts with. I'm gonna help you guys out. It starts with the M. Okay.
Memories? I wouldn't try to make fun of your size, but you do have a pretty nice A set.
It starts with the male.
I mean, I wouldn't give you a real bra. That's barely enough for a training bra. But if that's what you're going for, all right, I'm not knocking it.
What do you mean?
You said you're going to start off with an M.
Yeah.
Isn't that memories?
Uh-huh.
Or were you
That's
trying
an
to
M
insinuate
would-
M for male?
Would actually be a letter of memories, yeah.
I identify as a barbecue brisket.
I identify as the most badass person in existence, but you know, that's just me.
Well, see, I identify as more badass than you, and now we can have a pissing contest over our perceptions of ourselves. All right? Is your ego ready to duel with my ego? I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that proves the physical doesn't exist.
Yeah, physical doesn't exist. I'm not going to pinch you to prove to you that physical exists. You should know what a pinch feels like already and how very real that is. Have you ever had a broken bone? Is that all just in your head or is that real pain?
It is painful.
It is painful, that's right.
Yeah, it's not gonna kill me though. I still walked on it. I broke my shin before and I was walking on
Yeah! Gross.
it. It was just a crack.
Yeah, Ah,
And it was going. You were telling I was walking around.
dude.
I still like it kind of still feels like a little bit like here. It healed up, you know, it was kind of fucked up, but that's because I didn't put it on it.
You can feel the ridges on my shins from shit that I ran into. My shin, if you rub your finger right up along here, my shins on both sides feel like a backbone. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah. Anyway, I kept my word to come over here. I just wanted to make sure that I let you know I did come back over like I said I would. And apparently I was able to do something, well, not decent for you. I actually contributed to your delinquency and possibly even took 10 minutes off your life with that cigarette, but whatever.
No, I just added 10 years onto it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Especially if you live a long life, because you might be laying in bed having orderlies wipe your butt for 20 to 30 years if you're going to end up that way. Whew.
Right, some people can take care of themselves their whole entire life until they die.
Yeah, there was a guy who was talking about how he was like 190 years old, 180 years old. So then he died at like 180.
Well, when
And
was
it
this?
turned out,
1000 BC or
no, this is recently.
nobody's ever lived
It turns
that
out that the guy considered every season a different year. Winter is a year. Summer is a year. Fall is a year. Spring is a year. So he gets 4 years out of 1 year. He was Buddhist.
Oh, okay.
He kind of made it up as he went along. That's kind of the philosophy of Buddhism. You got some guiding lights, some little words of wisdom that, depending on the situation, could apply, but they don't apply to every situation. Just like the shit in your fortune-telling cookie isn't really going to tell your goddamn fortune. It's going to tell you some pretty saying and then some numbers that never win. These are your lucky numbers. Like, yeah, I tried that on Keno and I tried it on Powerball. Now I'm out $35.
You know, I believe that I'm the only one this year that's actually won.
Huh. All right.
This is a hologram of my imagination.
Well, I'm going to prove you're right by disappearing. Adios, muchachos. Sayonara. I'll be back. Hasta la vista, baby.
The creator of this having fun.
Cause I be the shiznit or the shiznit, cause one of them is it and one of them isn't it.
Or we're all Sims in a computer simulated reality and we're all being played.
I fell in love once and it never goes away, although I know that she's a hoe. I love her anyway. I'm the kind of sucker the hussies go for because they use me as a carpet while I hold the front door. I get to feel stupid for being naive. She told a bunch of lies I chose to believe. Now where do I go, my dear? I don't know what to do from here. I'm not just a good guy. I try to be the best. That's when you held my heart and ripped it out my chest. Yeah, I fucked it up a little bit, but I wrote that a long, long time ago. A long, long time ago, I can still remember. Yeah, I'm getting weird. I'm fucking tired. All right, so did I vanish or am I still a figment of your imagination?
Well, I can see you here.
Do I exist anymore or am I just a figment of your imagination?
Around the corner.
Do what?
There.
So I'm not a figment of your
You're still
imagination?
there. My eyes can't see you, but
Well, how can I be here
I can hear
if
you.
I'm not here and I'm not? Well, then that means that I'm not a hologram, doesn't it? It means that I'm real
I
too.
sure hope so.
You hope I'm a hologram or you hope
No,
I'm not?
I hope that everything is real. I'm starting to really question things. Because it doesn't make no sense what's been happening lately.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I think it's completely fucking fucked up. There's a big elephant in the room in every situation.
Yeah, something is. I don't even know, dude. I'm lost for words. What's been going on lately? This dude came in and he's like, Jesus is gonna fuck you up. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? This guy came in to the library right here. He's like, where you been going? God's fucking you up. I'm like, no, I don't think that's true. He's like, yeah, you have a lot of sin on you. 6,000 demons. I was like, okay, man. Like, what are you trying to do here? And he's like, God told me that you're an anointed one. I was like, I'm not joking, dude. This just happened 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know a lot of the people out here on drugs, and I've gotten to hear a lot of crazy shit out of them.
He's like, come down in my truck and you can get anointed. And I'm like, okay, let's do this. He's like, no, you actually have to love Jesus. I was like, okay.
Yeah, so you went and got water poured on you while I got lit on fire.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's I'm ready for a good change. Maybe I'll start seeing reality after we do this. Let's go do it. Nothing's changed, dude.
Well, the fact that you're nuttier than squirrel turds is fine with me, because I just happen to be human too, and we're all nuttier than fucking squirrel turds. Hey, you don't see me. I'm a figment of your imagination, remember?
No, I see you, though.
That's because I'm a real human being. I really exist. I'm just not seen as a human being by most of Americans. You want to see something really cool?
Well, I mean, that happens when you don't have a roof over your head and a 9 to 5.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, did you get bit by something?
No. I got lit on fire, like I told you. Right there, that blister popped. It was in the shape of a 4, kind of, sort of, right there.
Yeah, how did this fire start?
But there's only a tiny one there and there. Well, see, I was running my mouth with some youngins in town, and they just happened chance run into me while I was up at camp. In the general camp area, not at the individual camp spot. I was picking up wood. Now, they drove by earlier, and I seen them. It was while it was daylight. It was either a Chevy Silverado or a Chevy Colorado, but definitely a Chevy.
Some kind of a truck.
Yeah. So it drove away, and then it come back as it was starting to get dark, and they threw a fucking cup of gasoline on me, and then flicked a cigarette at me. This shit don't fucking fly. Now, obviously, it's not the super young ones, because they had cigarettes, but, I mean, still. They should have known that shit only works in Hollywood. It takes 500 degrees Fahrenheit for gasoline to light up like that. A cigarette's not going to do it. You throw a cigarette into a can of gas, what happens to the can of gas? It puts out the cigarette. Mm-hmm. So obviously they didn't light me on fire, but like I said, I was collecting wood because I was getting ready to start a fire. I get back over to my campfire, and of course, obviously the person who'd used it literally the day before didn't put it out. So I just see this pile of ashes, and I'm assuming that everything's okay because I wasn't thinking straight. That kind of tends to happen when you've been huffing gas. So I start stacking up the sticks, and I ain't even got the sticks stacked up yet, and it just goes whoo, up in my face, fucking lights this whole side of me on fire. I'm doing this to myself, fucking smacking myself stupid, drop down to the ground, and I'm doing the stop, drop, and roll thing. I'm fucking stabbing myself with sticks in the process. I fucked myself up good. Fucking stabbed myself in the head. Stabbed myself in the side. I probably got a couple of decent chunks in my back too, because I had to pull a piece out. Yeah. I was wearing that Hope Dealer shirt at the time. I fucking slapped the shit out of my shirt. My shirt was still on fire, so I took it off. As soon as I took it off, the fire on my shirt went out. My shirt looks fine. But my belly hair's gone. Yep. So that's the story of me getting lit on fire. It was my own damn fault.
You still have the gas on you, huh?
Do what?
Still have the gas on you.
I did still had gas on
Well,
me.
that's why you got lit on fire, because that was hot enough.
Yeah, it was hot enough, but it wasn't the gas on me that was hot enough. It was the fact that the coals from the person's fire from the night before that they didn't put out were still burning. It was still underneath all of that ash. It was still hot. It was still going. And when I disturbed it just a little bit with the stick, it was able to get one of the, on the frayed ends of the stick, how those ones light up easier than if it's a perfectly round log that's sawed off at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was broken sticks that I threw in there. So when I put them in there, one of them little ends, just a little tiny flame like that big was all it would have taken. I didn't even see the flame until it was like I was covered in it. Well, it's a weird visual because I saw this fireball here that was spread down into my crotch. And that's the first part I started beating on. And as I did it, I saw it go up my whole side. And I felt it on the side of my head and it singed my beard. And I'm like, oh, I like wrapped my arm around my head trying to slap myself. Sorry, I might have gotten too excited and talked too loud.
Oh no, dude, the Hispanics were screaming all night, so that's fine.
They were fun. One of them ladies come outside and she grabbed some random stranger walking by and made him dance with her for about 10 seconds. Continued to carry on, hooting and hollering and laughing, and he kept walking this way with a big old smile on his face. And you know who's been taking care of me since I got here, right? Hispanic folk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they give me money every once in a while. They don't play.
They definitely give me more money than white folks do, and there's a lot more white folks than Hispanic folks here.
Yeah, that's the only part of the day, though.
That's true.
I'm going to white face in the country, dude.
It's 3:14 in the morning. Yep. 3:15 in the morning. I'm fucking tired.
I got a court date on the next.
I spent all my money paying tweakers to help me because sober people are lazy. Of course, tweakers are lazy too. They just got great ideas. Like, hey, I got a great idea. If I help this guy out, I'll get paid and then I can go get some twack. Right? But instead, what do they do?
That's such a great idea.
I don't think it's such a great idea either because they show up and they don't work. All they can think about is getting all twacked out of their gourd. And then they want paid before they do anything. Or they want to make promises and fucking whine and pine. And then they're little bitches who fucking hide. Like, Jesus goddamn Christ, dude. I'm not on fucking drugs. I have to live on this bullshit. And here you fucking twack jobs are taking advantage of me.
You know what dude told me? You know what dude told me?
Which dude?
One of these dudes that does the fentanyl in the bathrooms told me.
What?
One of the people that's getting all the bathrooms closed down.
What?
I was talking to him and like, I don't really appreciate you guys going in the restroom smoking that stuff, so I have to piss and shit outside, dude. I really don't appreciate that. He's like, well, how can you blame us for that? We feel safe inside there. Like, dude, you feel safe? Fuck your safety.
It's a fucking porta potty at a kid's fucking park, and you leave that shit in the fucking thing.
Outside, bro. Ventilated, because everyone else is not safe if you're a drug that's deadly.
Yeah, and they're leaving it on the fucking floor.
People are going to the restroom, passing out, and getting hospitalized because they're smoking inside there.
And then there's the guys who go in there and they clean it out.
That's how stupid they are.
And you've seen those guys clean out the porta potties. Yeah, it's a shitty job, but those guys are unsung heroes. They're the ones picking up all that shit first thing in the morning when they go there, but they don't do it every day. If they did, we'd be a lot safer. And I was picking stuff up at Lily and A.
Yeah, I don't know why they're just not putting him around town. They got plenty of tax dollars to do that.
Because it makes them a lot more money to fucking rip us off and ass rape us. They make services that are specifically made.
The doctors, the hospitals make money off people getting hospitalized. It's fucked up, dude.
Yeah, but it's good money. If you make a car that'll last for 50 years, somebody will buy one car from you. If you make a car that'll last 5 years and you make their payments last 4.5 years, well, then they get 6 months of owning the car before it blows up and they got to buy another one.
Yeah, this hospital is so intelligent. This library. This library is so intelligent that they only lock the bottom floor bathroom and they keep the top one unlocked without the key.
Do you know why?
So they can go up and smoke drugs in the top floor?
Because most of the time they're too fucking lazy to go to the top floor. Yeah, when they're all fucked up on heroin already, they'll literally... No, it doesn't, because these people don't want to go through the front staff area, but the bathroom is between the front entrance and the staff area. That's why it's locked here.
No, I got exposed to drugs twice on the top floor already since I've been here.
So was I, and on the bottom floor.
The bottom floor I haven't yet, because they have the lock and key on it. They don't let any of them in that one anymore. Dude came in right afterwards because he's one of the guys that just thinks every single person with the backpack does drugs, right? So he came in right after me. He's like this. I'm like, can I help you? He walks right back out, all scared. They were poisoning the top floor. I'm like, bro. Can't you tell the difference? I walked outside of the bathroom after I was done using it, and I walked up to him like, dude, can't you tell the difference between a drug addict and a non-drug addict, bro? It's really easy to tell the difference. Number one, I don't smell like drugs. Number two, I look healthy. A drug addict that's on fentanyl, bro, is not going to look healthy. They're going to look like they're dying, bro. Every single one of them do.
I've seen fat people who are meth addicts. I've seen fentanyl addicts that are chubby.
The main thing that's trying to stop people from doing it in the restroom is the fentanyl. Fentanyl, you can't find one person that was healthy on it. See, that guy obviously has no idea about drugs because he hasn't lived the life. He hasn't been on here next to me.
And see, that's the thing about living the life. You don't have to do the drugs to live the life. You're on the streets. You're living the life. Most of the people that you interact with are on drugs. Most of the people at the services you're sent to are on drugs. Most of the people who work at those services are going to help the people who are on drugs because that's where the money's at. But they're not actually helping them. They're having them come back for therapy and quote-unquote treatment. But what about those of us who ain't on drugs? We're still living the life.
The ones out here that are sober are the ones that have to face most of the consequences out here. It's kind of weird.
Yep. At least I'm not the only one noticing it.
They should be making it easier on one place. Not very many of us, that's probably why.
Well, your mental problems aren't the scary part for most people. It's your size.
Well, mental problems with size.
My size isn't the part that scares people.
That's not good.
It's the fact that I have a big goddamn mouth. Someone twice my size tells me that he raped a 5-year-old girl. I don't care that he's twice my size. I'm still going to go tell everybody, hey, that motherfucker is bragging about raping a 5-year-old. What can I say? I got a big mouth. Do what?
Why would somebody do that?
Because some people are fucking sick in the head. One of the guys I was locked up with, his name is Wesley Reiner. He's in prison because he raped his 3-year-old brother in front of a 9-year-old in a foster home. Some people are sick. And I do mean it as an insult in that particular situation.
You know what people call me all the time? They always constantly call me a cop.
A crap?
A cop. But a narc or a cop or, you know.
I don't give cops much in the way of intelligence, but if you are a cop, you are the dumbest goddamn cop on the planet. Now, for a street person, you're pretty smart.
Yeah, it's totally different mentality, dude.
It is. Like, you can't really be intelligent.
In existence or the most brilliant cop ever, because nobody ever knows what I'm doing.
Yeah, dude, maybe he's talking about aliens, maybe he's talking about Sasquatch, maybe he's talking about demons, maybe he's talking about getting anointed, but yeah, he's really not talking about any sort of cop shit whatsoever. But sure, if they think you're a cop, okay, fine. I can go spreading that rumor if it'll make you feel better. But you short of that, yeah, I don't think you're a cop.
The alien conspiracy theorist.
You know? Hey, you know what? I knew a female cop in Boulder, Colorado, who was into crystals. I'm not talking about crystal meth. Like, she had mushroom stuff all over her house, and she had like crystals, like big crystals that she bought down at a store that sells rocks. And she's got these crystals all over her house, and she's into holistic healing. And she calls Miss fucking Cleo, for Christ's sake, and she was a cop in Boulder. Like, seriously? How did you become a cop?
The bad guys with a mysterious man, right?
No, she was mainly just bullying homeless people.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense for a spiritualist. That makes no sense.
Yeah. It don't make any sense for a good person to become a cop either. But again, because it doesn't make sense, people don't do it. You really can't be a good person and be a cop at the same time. Conceptually, you can. Just like conceptually, you can be a good Christian.
Well, most of the time nowadays, you can be either. Can't be a good cop or be a good Christian.
You're right.
Times have changed, man. You used to actually be able to be a decent cop, but I don't think they let you go on the force anymore.
They won't.
Have that mentality. It's all about the money.
But you really think that a bunch of pedophiles, after working so hard to get a position of power, they're just going to give it up? Oh, hell no. They're going to hire people that are similar-minded. And preferably people dirtier than they are, so they can say, hey, you tell on me, I'll tell on you.
Oh, dude, the cops in Lincoln City were protecting the sex trafficker that I confronted. That's why I got arrested. They came up to me the very same day. Told me I had to leave where I was at. I'm like, does this have anything to do with that sex trafficker that I talked to? So we don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, you guys do. He's the one that probably called on me. Yeah, like, we don't know what you're talking about, but you're not allowed to be here. You need to be gone when we come back. And so I didn't listen to him because they didn't serve me any notice or anything like that. He came back, woke me up early in the morning after I was already kind of getting up. I saw flashlights on my tent. I'm like, fuck, it's the cops. So I just went out and like, put your hands behind your back, you're being arrested. Like, you guys can't arrest me right now. I'm gonna show you guys the law. You guys have to give me a written notice like I requested. It's the law. And they slapped my phone out of my hand and roughed me up and put my hands behind my back and put handcuffs on my gun.
So you turning it in?
Yeah, I'm gonna sue him. So when I go into the court date, the 9th is tomorrow, right? So when I go into that court date, dude, I'm gonna plead not guilty, and then they're gonna automatically appoint me a lawyer, and I'm gonna tell my lawyer I'm suing.
Well, it's a different kind of lawyer. They'll give you a public pretender.
Yeah, I can still get some money though.
Public pretender won't do that. That's civil.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell them if the public pretender doesn't get the case dismissed, then I'm gonna sue.
I'd sue anyway.
That would be in their best interest. I'm gonna say it like that. I'm probably gonna sue anyways, but just to get them to dismiss that case. But then they're gonna have to give me my money for hardship.
Yeah, if only you had to go through real hardship in that situation. Although they've still done you wrong.
Oh, that's not real hardship? Making sure I don't have a place to stay anymore? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's hardship evicting me from the spot I was at when I had my house up.
Yeah, I don't think you understand the hell that I've been through. That's chump change. It's still wrong of them to do, but it's chump change.
Oh, bro, I've been out here for years straight. Sleeping on the street. Did you add all the nights up?
Yeah, and same thing with me.
Outside. For years. Off and on. I mean, I've only had a place, and periodically, man.
How often are you assaulted? When's the last time somebody actually assaulted you?
It was last time somebody assaulted me was in Oregon City. This was earlier this year before I came over. Real early in the year, like January or February. I got assaulted with a crowbar. Somebody jumped off the TriMet bus. Probably from Portland. Being down south. Called me a nigger and started hitting me.
I don't like that word.
Some white guy jumped off, and that's the word that.
That's what these youngins here keep calling me. And that dude who stalked me here from Hood River, he keeps calling me that too, but I ain't seen him in a while.
Yeah, like the logic doesn't make any sense because why are you like if you're a white boy and you're so proud of it, why are you going after other white boys? That don't make no sense. Does that make sense?
You ever heard a redneck make sense? If they do, it was an accident.
That's not a redneck, dude. It's not a redneck.
You know why they call them rednecks, don't you?
I think he was like a Proud Boy type or
Because
something.
they look better that way.
Yeah, this guy was from Portland. He wasn't a redneck.
Yeah, these people in Tillamook, some of them even got tattoos that say redneck. I'm like, you ain't real rednecks. They think they are, which is real cute.
I mean, most of these people are real rednecks. The definition of a redneck is having an outdoor job.
Yeah, it's not redneck, that's roughneck. Big difference. Of course, roughneck is also a military term. On the bright side, at least I ain't run into nobody here bragging about being a peckerwood. I have been to Washington. I went to Lincoln High School in Tacoma. Good night, Nick. All right. Yeah, that wasn't me biting. That was a velociraptor, really. The reality is, out here we got real problems too. And it's not okay that we're spending so much money to victimize Americans while pretending that we have some moral ground with Israel and Palestine. No, you're fucking heartless pieces of shit for looking the other way. I'm not against Israel or Palestine. I'm against the dehumanization of the American population. We're already divided, we're already conquered, we already lost. The working class or the poverty class. That's the most disgusting part of all. Our essential jobs are the ones that don't pay shit.